We're halfway there, thinkers. Living on a prayer this year in 2025. Buzzword. It's week 21 of 42. I'm Quizmaster Jack. Thanks for joining me on Thinking Game Trivia, where we play through Buzzword's offerings of pop culture and sports. Here we go. Question 1 in pop culture.
A character with this surname is the only superhero on Earth 3. A villain with this surname transfers his mind to a cloned body and poses as his own Australian son after developing cancer from the kryptonite ring he wore. For 10 points,
I'm going to say Luthor. Lex Luthor sounds like a person who would wear a kryptonite ring.
This actor starred as Adam, who co-owns Burns Brothers Construction on Man with a Plan. British screenwriters collaborate with a fictional version of this actor, playing himself, on episodes. On another show, he often asked, "How you doing?" For 10 points, who starred in the Friends spin-off, Joey?
LeBlanc. It takes me a while to get to the Friends actors now, because I wasn't really a Friends guy to begin with. I know Chandler has 3 nipples, and that's about it.
A character in this film assaults a man for talking about the Queen again on Independence Day. In this film, English Bob is driven out of town by the ruthless sheriff Little Bill. The ex-outlaw William Money is the protagonist of, for 10 points,
Bill Money.
What 1990?
Unforgiven? Yeah. Unforgiven. I was on a little bit of Gangs of New York because Bill the Butcher.
Melanie Martinez interpolated this 1960s song for a 2015 Pity-themed track. In this song, a girl walks in wearing Johnny's ring, even though Johnny's...
It's My Party? I think it's called It's My Party. It is called It's My Party. There was a sequel to that song called Janie's Turn to Cry, because she just went and stole Johnny back. Like, why cry at your party when you can just make other girls cry, I guess, is the theme for that.
During the February 2025 Super Bowl, this brand used Barry Polisar's song All I Want Is You in its first The Little Farmer commercial. In the 1990s, this brand introduced baked and wavy varieties. For 10 points...
It's Lay's? Oh, The Little Farmer. It's the one where the girl, like her family runs a Lay's potato chips farm. Well, they grow the potatoes for Lay's. They don't make the potato chips. And she grows her own potato and puts it in a giant bin of potatoes, which I guess is heartwarming that she wants to take up the family business. I guess that's what it's saying.
After this film's title character saves Bella Real, he holds a flare aloft while trudging through floodwaters. In this film, the Iceberg Lounge is run by a mobster played by Colin Farrell in heavy prosthetics.
It's just... They said this film, right? It's the Batman. I wonder how much you needed to say there. If you could have just said Batman, or if you needed to get that article in there to lock it down. There's a nice little thunderstorm going right now, but this is kind of the only time I want to record. Hopefully we make it through, because if the power goes out or the internet goes out, it's going to be real interesting in the middle of this video.
After Nintendo acquired the rights to this game, an unlicensed NES version of it by the Atari subsidiary Tengen was recalled. In 1989, Nintendo bundled a copy of this game with the Game Boy in the US.
Yeah, it's Tetris. It's always Tetris. Alexei Pajitnov, creator of Tetris, the best-selling game ever, because there's just so many different versions of it. There was one in every Game Boy. There was one on every phone for a long time. People dig Tetris. Surname required.
This man was given a platter after helping Bill Heath find a lost love in a series finale titled Finding Francis. He played the house flipper Asher while starring with Emma Stone in The Curse.
It's Nathan Fielder. So they didn't want just people to put Nathan for the Nathan for you. They wanted, like, no, we need to know who this Nathan is. Do you know your Nathan?
The European expansion to this board game adds turquoise powers that trigger after each round.
I'm going to say Wingspan. There was a European version of that game. Still haven't been able to get a hold of that European version. I'm not going to get best buzz on that. People are going to buzz on European or on turquoise. I actually haven't played the European version, like I said, because they're hard to get right now. It's out of print. I can't even point to my copy here because it's over at my sister's. All right, last question.
James Murphy played percussion on a song on this album, sung partly in Nadsat, titled Girl Loves Me.
Nadsat.
On this album, a re-recording of Sue, or In a Season of Crime, follows a song that says, Look Up Here, I'm in Heaven.
What?
Lazarus is on, for 10 points. What album released 2 days before David Bowie's death?
Oh. What was David Bowie's last? Is that Diamond Dogs? Black Star. Yep. That's one I would have known. I would have remembered pretty close to when David Bowie died. That was a pretty big thing about him dying right after that album came out. But I forgot the name of it. Dropping a music question again to get 9 out of 10, but still a 126, 19 on Wingspan. I'll always take that. All right, 10 sports questions, and then we will be officially halfway through 2025.
In 2011, this man passed Charlie Joyner to become his franchise's receptions leader. This man, who played power forward on an Elite 8 team for Kent State in 2002, caught 89 touchdown passes from Phillip Rivers. For 10 points.
So Antonio Gates? He's a Charger. I guess Rivers kicked around with some other teams. He went to the Colts for a while, didn't he? Like after Andrew Luck retired, I think the Colts got Phillip Rivers. Antonio Gates was Phillip Rivers' main pass catcher for his time in San Diego. Antonio Gates, a tight end himself.
In 2018 and 2019, this driver teamed with Kazuki Nakajima and Sebastian Buemi to win the 24 Hours of Le Mans. This Formula One driver and Lance Stroll currently race for Aston Martin. The only person to have started 400 Formula One races is, for 10 points, what Spanish driver, sometimes known as Nando?
Morris? Yep. Nope. I was going, I stopped listening to the question because I knew the clues weren't going to help me. I was trying to remember what F1 drivers have been answers already this season. And I think Schumacher and Lewis Hamilton have already been answers. So I knew I was in some deep trouble there.
In 2019 and 2020, 2 different players for this team won the King Clancy Memorial Trophy. The longest tenured current player for this team, who plays alongside Zach Bogosian as a defenseman, is Jared Spurgeon. For 10 points, what NHL team began play in 2000 to replace the departed North Stars?
Oh, the Wild. That was the Minnesota question. Spurgeon, yeah. I'm a bad Minnesotan when it comes to being obsessed with hockey. I'm still rightfully angry that they took away Minnesota's hockey team and gave it to Texas. But we got one back. Just gotta win a cup sometime. I know, I dig playoff hockey, but...
In 2015, this man was named MVP of the Adriatic League as a player for Megalex. This man, who was the 41st pick in the NBA draft, led his team to its first title by beating the Miami Heat in the 2023 NBA Finals. For 10 points, what Serbian center for the Denver Nuggets is called the...
It's Jokic. Now it's Jokic. I put Jokic down, I think, twice before this season, and it was not correct. Now's the time.
As a manager, this man was suspended after aiding Tom Paciorek by extending batter's boxes at the Kingdome. This man, an avid banjo player, broke Ty Cobb's record in 1962 by registering the first modern MLB season with over 100 stolen bases. For 10 points, what Dodgers shortstop was known as Maury?
Ugh. Old baseball player. Maury. I don't know who this is. Yeah, I don't know who Maury Wills is. Usually when they give me a first name, I can give them a last name, but not with that guy.
In both 1962 and 1963, a boxer with this first name suffered first-round losses to Sonny Liston.
Okay.
A boxer with this first name, who retired undefeated in 2017, was one of the world's highest-paid athletes and was called Money. For 10 points.
Just Floyd. It's Floyd Money Mayweather, right? Yeah.
This club won a 2025 semifinal over Buder Glimt, thanks in part to a goal from forward Dominic Solanke. In late 2025, this club finished just above relegation in the Premier League and won the Europa League. Sun Heung-min captains for 10 points.
All right. Well, I was about to go back and change that A to an E, but I hit enter by accident. I think they'll still give me that one. That's an odd dexterity fail there. But yeah, I think they'll give me that.
In 1989, this team's top rookie, Ricky Berry, killed himself after a domestic dispute. This team, which has the most losses in NBA history, had a postseason drought stretching from 2006 to 2023. Mitch Richmond played for 7 seasons on 10 points. What NBA team in Northern California?
Oh, the Kings?
In 2022, Sean McVay broke this man's record as the youngest coach to win a Super Bowl. Of the coaches in the 4 major U.S. sports leagues, this man has the longest tenure. In June 2025, this coach's team added a new quarterback, Aaron Rodgers. For 10 points.
Oh, it's Mike Tomlin. Former Vikings defensive coordinator, Mike Tomlin. Instead of promoting him to head coach, we let him sign with the Steelers, and he's been there for like 23 years. The longevity isn't what makes me angry. It's the rings that make me angry.
This all-star was high school teammates with Matt Chapman and Austin Romine. In 2023, Cabrian Hayes ended this man's streak of winning 10 straight gold gloves. A record 6 platinum gloves have been won by, for 10 points,
6 platinum gloves.
Third baseman, who was traded in 2021 from Colorado.
Nolan Arenado. All right, 7 there. Probably 8. They should give me Tottenham. And then just 2 questions that I didn't know. I don't even remember. Oh, yeah. F1 driver and really old baseball player. Not even that old. I think it was probably from what a particular time period that I did not pay attention to baseball. Not a bad week. I think we dodged the thunderstorms. Thanks for watching. If you want to play Buzzword for yourself, you can go over to naqt.com/buzzword. Check it out. And you can help me out by liking this video, subscribing to the channel, leaving comments, doing the engagement stuff. That's going to be it for me in week 21. We are now officially in the second half of 2025, which I will see you in next week.